Oh, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Emnix Plays Path of Exile Expedition League. We are continuing right where we left off last episode. We had just completed 2 maps, I think a map plus a Zana map, and that was basically it. Let me get caffeinated. And yeah, I'm slowly working towards unlocking the Watchstones, but otherwise I'm just trying to build out some currency so that we can 6-link our chest. Unfortunately, we completely failed after dumping around 700 fusings onto the lore weave. Couldn't 6-link it. We got it back to a 5-link. Hopefully next time I save up 3 to 500 fusings, we can try that again. In the meantime, let's continue with our maps, I suppose. I have one over here, a villa. This is tier 15, so let us chisel it. Alkit. Temp chains, we re-roll it. Temp chains, we re-roll it again. Reflect elemental is fine. 2 unique bosses is fine. So this should be a pretty decent map for us. Harbingers again. Unfortunately we can't do harbingers in there's no harbinger options for the Zana mod bench or Zana bench mod this league. Do I want to scarab it? I guess is the question. How many do I have? I have some Harbinger Scarabs. How much are these worth? They're worth 1 chaos. I can throw 1 of these Scarabs, and then maybe we toss on a couple of these fragments for quantity. And each one is 5%, right? So, and then we're gonna add more quantity through here because I don't really care about these other mods, I don't think. And for the master mission, let's just do bestiary, nice and easy. All right, so yeah, like basically for the next, maybe I guess for the next hour, the focus is like we gotta get watchstones. You know, we gotta kill the elder slayers and get better gear and all of that stuff. That's a given, but I think the overall plan for like why we're getting currency is we need to get a 6-link. The music's a little loud, actually. Let me try and turn it down a little bit. There we go. Oh, and one more thing that I did, you can see my gems are leveling like crazy, and I don't know if this is actually the best option, but I figured I might as well. Oh my goodness. That friggin' hurt. Extra cold damage? What's my resistances? My resistances were fine, I just got friggin' slammed. I turned a lot of my gems back to level 1. I sold it alongside a gem cutter's prism, and that basically takes a level 20 gem and turns it into a level 1 20% gem. So I'm gonna re-level these gems, get them back up to 20, and then we'll have 20 gems. Maybe it would have been better to just buy the gems outright, but I figured, hey, I have, you know, all these slots open anyways, and I have a bunch of GCPs. I do lose out a little bit of damage because, you know, a lot of my support gems are back down to level 1 again. So I'm gonna have to build them back up, but, you know, EXP, like, is pretty easy to get in tier 15 maps. So I feel like these gems will level right back if I don't freaking get killed. What the heck? Extra damage as lightning? Increased accuracy? No, that's not it. Why am I dying? I guess I'm just running into them. Okay, let's play a little bit more carefully. You know, one thing that I did point out earlier is, like, you know, our survivability is a little bit on the fritz. I don't have that many defensive options. And like really my best defense is hiding behind a wall. Those are typically my best defensive options. Let's turn all of these with attack without moving. I feel like that'll help a lot too. Wow, these guys just, they chunk me for 1/3 of my HP every time I get hit. No wonder I'm dying. So I do need to be quite reliant on just like maintaining all of my defensive options. You know, that's Vigilant Strike for Fortify, Enduring Cry for endurance charges, I do need to make sure all my defenses are up. Otherwise, you know, things do get a little bit dicey. Sorry, took another pause.
I cannot do this yet.
Same thing as before. Before it was hanging up laundry, now I had to take some of the laundry out of the dryer. What was I saying? Survivability? Yeah, I just need to make sure all my defenses are up, especially since these guys attack so friggin' quick. I don't think it's because my gems are level 1. I think it's like I'm just running into them and they're friggin' destroying me. So I just need to play a little safer, I think. You know, the Consecrated Path totems are good in the sense that they'll seek out all the enemies and kill everything for me. So like, they have good clear speed on their own. And I don't need to run in. Like, I can just stay behind the store, level my gems, you know, do other stuff, use my clicks for other things.
We will be best friends, Beast.
Instead of running straight into them, I should, you know, it is a different playstyle, admittedly. But I thought I was used to it, you know? I do enjoy getting these Warlord helmets, because I feel like, you know, you can roll some like decent stuff for my build for it, strength related stuff, specifically gain accuracy rate equal to your strength. The only thing that's annoying is like, for example, this helmet, sure, it has gain accuracy equal to your strength, that's an important mod, but more importantly, it also has the Consecrated Path deals 40% increased damage mod. Like, that enchantment, like, because I don't like running Labyrinth, I had to buy that base first before trying to roll any mods. So like, even for these, if I roll, you know, like the same helmet, it's still not necessarily an upgrade, because then I would need to get the Consecrated Path lab enchant, and that means I have to run lab on my own, which is might be a little annoying, admittedly. Hold on, did I clear this area? Okay, I have. You know what I can do with my clicks while I wait for this area to get cleared? And it's kind of funny I say that, I'm waiting for the area to get cleared. I'm just letting, like, it's like someone else is doing my work for me. It's kind of funny. I guess that's what totem builds are, right? I guess I can just like pick up the items that I normally wouldn't pick up, like wisdom scrolls and stuff. If you have crazy clear speed and you have an item filter, like a lot of these items get filtered out and you don't even see them, right? But it's like, if I don't need to be in the fight,
I cannot do this yet.
oh, excuse me. If I don't need to be in the fight and I'm just waiting for the totems to do my work, like, one thing I can do is I can like curse them, I can like debuff them so that they die faster. But that means I'm like more in the fray of the fight, and especially in this map where I need to play a little bit more safely, because it does look like, you know, they're killing me quite easily for some reason. Why don't I just use the clicks to like pick up wisdom scrolls and stuff? You know, it's not a waste of clicks if like I wasn't gonna do anything else anyways, right? I guess what I should be doing is trying to just debuff them so I can clear the map faster, but that just puts me in more danger, I feel like. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. You know, I'm slowly progressing into the higher tiered red maps. Typically this is when I start to struggle a little bit more, because, you know, the gear investment starts to increase quite a bit as you get into Awakener level 6, level to 8. You know, you gotta start, you know, your first Cyrus fight probably starts quite soon. Like, all these things kind of contribute to the fact that it's like, okay, now I need a combination of not just good damage, but probably decent defenses as well, right? Or if I don't have decent defenses, I need really good damage so that they can't touch me, which, you know, might not be that possible anymore, given the fact that we've seen quite a number of buffs nerfs this league without, you know, any buffs. So people are still not yet used to this change, I guess, of like, you know, everything hurts more and you don't do as much damage, so you got to play more safely, myself included. And you know, I was already somebody that played it like pretty safe, I think, or I would like to think. So it's, even for me, it's a bit of an adjustment. But yeah, I mean, but still, like, this is typically where I start to struggle a little bit more. So I'm gonna try and, you know, not struggle too much, I guess. At the end of the day, I'm just gonna try and keep the pace that I had and not die too much. But this is probably where I just, you know, really need to start thinking about where the value is when it comes to investment. Like, where should I be putting my currency in order to get the best value, in order to like tackle the content ahead, right? And I feel like that's maybe one of those things that I don't do as well in red maps. I think I had a comment maybe like a few months ago, I think it was last league, where it's like, you've played for a long time and I've watched you play for a long time, but I'm surprised that you still struggle in red maps. Most people, like, after a while, they're experienced enough where they figure it out. And for me, it's like the game changes in the end game. First of all, it changes so much in the end game that I'm not that. I haven't played the end game enough, admittedly, because typically I just kind of play till late red maps. Maybe I do some Cyrus and I call it a day. I don't really push where it's like, all right, I'm gonna push to kill, you know, Cyrus in as fast as I can. I'm gonna try and perfect the boss fight. I just kind of play around until, like, you know, oh, I killed Cyrus. That's good. I'm gonna call it a day, right? So the fact that, you know, like, it's kind of a given, I guess, for me, where like when I get to this point, because I'm not experienced, especially with regards to itemization in a late game, I think that's the biggest problem. I'm not as experienced with itemization, especially for builds I'm not used to in the late game. And as a result, it's like, I don't know where to put my currency. I think, you know, Path of Exile, as always, everyone says it, like, the real power is in how much you know. Like, knowledge is power. And I definitely don't do enough when it comes to brushing up on the knowledge aspect of the game. So yeah, like, as a result, and I feel like I'm trying a little bit more this league. Just because I'm a little bit more invested in this character, I'm like, this was one of the more interesting builds I've played. Never played a strength stacking build before, and I had to do a lot of like thinking and research into, okay, how do people build strength stacking? What do you need? And then, you know, why do they do this? And do I want to go in that direction? And one example would be like Tukohama's Fortress, right? Everyone's going Tukohama's Fortress. Maybe not anymore. I haven't checked any builds, but early on people were doing that. Maybe because it was an easy shield to get early on. And I'm like, I don't really like the blood magic play style. You know, I like having the ability to reserve a few more auras. So how about we just go for, you know, we get a Shaper Shield and get +1 summon totems and go in that direction. So there's some stuff where I'm still trying to discover on my own, but as a result, you know, I don't have a 6-link. Like, maybe if I was more efficient with the way I played, I'd be like, okay, what I need to focus on is getting that 6-link first, because that's where most of my damage comes from. And then from there, we transition to getting all the items we need for strength stacking and so on and so forth, right? I kind of did it the opposite way. So, kind of want to keep this helmet for crafting, actually. Yeah, so I did it the opposite way, and, like, you know, maybe that's like part of the reason why I struggle a lot, you know. What am I doing here? I'm just gonna, maybe I just alk it. Did it hit anything? It didn't, so I'll just leave it. Okay, so that was map number 1, easy enough. And you know what, we cleared it in a pretty decent pace as well, and we ended up unlocking Drox fight. So we can do that map now.
Exile.
I have some good news.
So let's get some of these.
Good to see you.
Enfeeble, poison on hit. That just seems too weak.
Yes.
I would prefer to get a little bit more quantity here. Less recovery. I don't know about that. This is... Oh, temp chains. Okay. Okay, sure. I feel like that might have been less quantity, but
Yes.
this seems more fun because you get beyond. And then maybe we'll throw a couple fragments on here.
Still sane. Godslayer.
Wait, which one did I get? One.
Still sane.
Okay, increase quantity, and let's do maybe Nico in here. All right, let's go for a Drox fight. I'm definitely at that stage now in my build where I'm mostly comfortable with everything that I'm doing. You know, I get into a bit of a rhythm and I want to fall into that rhythm. And I kind of do with the occasional, you know, one shot. Like that last map, you know, we got one shot a few times. I'm like, okay, that kind of broke me out of my rhythm, and now I need to get familiar with myself again. Like I died twice because I was like, oh, you know, I'm just used to running in, having the totems kill everything, and then we move on. Unfortunately, that map I guess was a little bit rippier, so I didn't get that. But I'm falling into a rhythm again where, and admittedly, like last map wasn't too bad. Even though I died twice, we managed to clear it in like 10 minutes. Like for me, that's pretty good. Ooh, a Veil Chaos. That's good as well. Why am I so slow? There's like chilled ground on the floor or something?
I cannot do this yet.
Ow, these guys hurt. I think there's a host there. Okay, so this is one of those things that would break me out of my rhythm because I kind of need to get away. There's a lot going on here. Okay, let's let the totems take care of it. I'm a little concerned. I think he's about to die though. Ow. What the heck? It hurts.
My mana is gone.
Is Haas still there? No, there's a new boss. Who the heck is this? It's a rogue exile or something? Yeah, okay. Alright, we're in. We're totally in. Whew. Okay, what do I get out of that? I don't know if I could even... The pariah. Okay. I mean, that was kind of fun though. That was fun. It's kind of rippy. I'm glad I didn't friggin' die there. But I guess this is the benefit of like playing a totem build, right? Like it looked risky, but I just kind of hit on the other side of the wall and let the totems do the work. It's the coward's way of playing. It is the coward's way. I will admit, you know. There's no denying that there's a high level of cowardice here, but at the same time, and the clear speed isn't great. Let's be real, the clear speed could be much better. And part of the reason is just I don't have as much damage.
Local, need your aid.
I don't know if that's because of my items or just because the build. You know, it kind of goes both ways. In order for you to do damage, you need a combination of good items and good builds. One of the things actually people complain about a lot when you think about it, you know, people are saying like, oh, I can't play like these weird builds because if you don't have a good build, you need good items, and you know, you nerfed harvest, so now I can't get good items, so basically I'm stuck playing good builds, and I'm like, it's like, okay, sure, kind of. And like a lot of people, you know, like streamers for example, a lot of the arguments for like, oh, you're fine is, well, you know, you have to play a good build in order to do anything in the game. You know, like, I feel like the argument goes both ways, and I don't really know which direction I lean on, because I understand both perspectives. Like, one side is saying like, okay, you can't expect to play, like, to do well with like a shitty build. And then the other argument is like, well, if I can craft good items, I can have like there's a circle argument going on, right? Like, if I can craft good items, I can run like a crappy build and it'll do just fine because it has really strong items. And then, you know, the counterpoint to that is, well, if you can make strong items easily, then those really strong builds are just even like stronger, like way too strong. You know, I don't know which side I fall on, because typically I end up not playing the strong builds. I just play whatever the heck I feel like. So where does that put me? Like, it kind of puts me in a situation where it's like, so you're just not gonna have like a super strong build. But then at the same time, it's like, well, I feel pretty strong. You know, like, definitely I'm not one of those people who goes online and compares myself with others, so I don't have this feeling of I'm missing out on something. I don't feel like I'm missing out, right? Like, oh, all these guys are farming so much faster than me. I don't feel that. So maybe we are in like a good state in terms of balance, where like, even if you play a weird build, as long as it feels fine, and obviously fine is subjective, but to me the build feels fine. So like, I guess I'm leaning towards like I'm not too affected. Like, long story short, like I empathize, but at the same time, like, I understand your, like, all these people's points about I want to play non-meta builds, but it's so hard to build them now because I can't have good items. You know, because that's what makes like a good experience in terms of clear speed and power, right? The power comes from whether you have a good build or not, and then whether you have the good items or not, basically. Like, sure, skill might be a factor as well, but the skill is in like, skill is, you know, how well you can build a character and prioritize what gear to get. That's the skill. It's the knowledge aspect. But maybe sometimes, like, a lot of people say, like, I can't play this build because it can't clear whatever maps, or it just feels so bad to play. And it's like, you know, that part is subjective too. Are you expecting to clear maps in like sub 3 minutes? Let's go as far as say sub 8 minutes, right? Like, I'm clearing maps in 10 minutes, 12 minutes, sometimes 15. Doesn't feel bad to play. I'm having fun. So I don't know, like, this, you know, I feel like some people, when they're used to clearing maps and like sub, like really fast, basically. I don't know. It's so subjective. I don't even know what fast is anymore. Sub 5 minutes, sub 3 minutes, and now they can't do that. So it's like, you know, game feels bad to play, and it's like I can sort of empathize, but at the same time I can't, because I'm clearing sub 10 minutes and I'm having fun. It doesn't feel bad. I don't know. Alright, we got a Maven's invitation, and we have Drox, which is actually pretty awesome. So let's start with the Drox fight, and then we will clear this map, and then we will do the Maven invitation. Not the Maven. I don't have the Maven unlocked. Alright. So I actually think I might die a couple times fighting Drox. I should have dropped the portal now that I think about it. I have died to him in like earlier stages, you know, when it was just 3 watchstones, and now this is like the 4 watchstone fight, right? When he does get a hit on me, I basically die. And I don't do that much damage, so it's like a long and drawn out fight, or it was. So I'm assuming this is going to be even more you know, long and drawn out. I guess for this fight, I'm just gonna focus on destroying the banners, and the AoE will naturally take care of him, is my assumption. So I'm actually just gonna leave him alone. And just watch out for his big hits, I suppose. Man, there's so many banners. This is kind of annoying, though. Okay. And the thing with these banners is I'm pretty sure they make them tankier or something, right? So I do have to focus on clearing out the banners. Man, but this is... Oh, this is gonna be a slow fight. I feel like I'm just like slowly killing him though, you know? Like all I'm trying to do is kill the banners, but I think, yeah, he's 1/3. Man, but he keeps summoning more banners. This is... Oh man, okay. Ow, that one hurt. Okay. 2 banners down. Let's deal with these ones in the middle. Look, he's getting hit, I think. He's still at full energy shield, so maybe oh, I don't know, he's not. He's getting hit. Something's getting hit, that's for sure. Oh. Wow, I need that 6-link pretty bad, actually. That 30% like more damage would be really useful right now. I'm at a decent equilibrium, admittedly. Like, he's not hitting me, I'm just running around, he's slowly dying. But we are kind of in ZDPS territory. Not enough where it's like I can't, this is unplayable. Like, this is like a comfortable... At this rate, it's gonna be a comfortable kill, I think. You know, just a lot of running around and dodging. I wish he would stop summoning these frickin' banners, though, you know? That would make things a little bit easier. That's why he's so frickin' tanky in the first place. Okay. Slowly, these banners are getting taken care of. I guess I should have phased them first, so he'll stop summoning banners. Maybe that's what I had to do. Okay, where are the last banners? Here. Admittedly, this is a bit of a long fight. Like, how long has it been? Like 5 minutes? It's a 5-minute fight. He's pretty tanky, man. This is probably one of the tankier bosses. Okay, I think I got all the banners. Now I just need to focus on him, right? It looks like it. Yeah. Much HP? Halfway. Halfway. He doesn't really do anything that can necessarily kill me, though. Like, he doesn't have an insane attack or anything. He's just super fat. It's one of those builds. Okay, this guy went the tank route. The damage mitigation route. What can I say? This is like a comfortable kill. He can't do anything to me, and I can't do anything to him. I'm doing something to him, tickling him, but... Oh! That I need to watch out for. Okay, now he's starting to do stuff. Now he's starting to do stuff. I kind of feel it. I kind of feel it now. He's starting to do something. He hasn't hit me yet, but I don't want to find out how much it... Like, he's one-shotted me before. And, like, my character hasn't changed much since he last one-shotted me. I still remember that feeling. It was just shock. Like, how? How did you do that? How dare you? Well, we're just gonna run around and let this slowly happen. Oh! Almost got hit by that one.
I cannot do this yet.
Okay, maybe we'll take care of some of these banners, because we got the ones in the center. Never mind, they're back. I take everything back. Come on. What's he at? He's actually freaking healing. Well, not healing, but his ES is coming back. Man, these banners. More banners. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry, game. I talked about how everything is super comfortable and super easy, but I take it back. This is starting to be like a little bit agonizing. We're still gonna kill him. We're still gonna kill him, and I thought it would die to him. It doesn't look like that's happening either, but this is like a battle of Okay, like I said, if he hits me, I get one shot. I never denied it. I never denied it. I thought he wouldn't be able to. It looked like things were going so well, but... That's fine. That's fine. Let's get back right back into it. That 6-link, man. It'd be a great time for me to get that 6-link right about now, you know? Like it's due. I kind of really would want it. It would be so nice to get it. Having that 30% more damage multiplier. Damage is a problem right now. It's a problem. I mean, survivability is a problem too, but it's a totem build where you just kind of run around and hope to not get hit anyway. So that's not as much of a problem. The problem is that it takes forever. And like that's part of the fun of the game of Path of Exile too, right? Like Path of Exile isn't just a farming game. It's almost a problem solving. It's a puzzle. Like for people who like making builds, like there's definitely a puzzle aspect to it. And now, just like with all the nerfs, the puzzle is a little bit harder to solve. It takes a bit longer. You know, maybe there aren't as many solutions, I would say.
My kingdom is yours.
Ooh, but like I said, it was for the most part, that was a comfortable kill. You know? It was quite comfortable. So,
Cannot do this yet.
got the other watchstone. Let's clear this map. That took forever. How long did that take? I started at like... Wow. It took like 11 minutes. That was an 11-minute fight. I didn't think my damage was that bad, but maybe against those kinds of bosses, it's just... It doesn't really do it justice, you know? Like, there's a lot of gear that I can still get to make it a little bit better. An example, Assassin's Mark. If I had Assassin's Mark on hit, I would be able to do a lot more damage. 6-link. A 6-link would be nice. Flammability on hit. There's like so much stuff that I can still do to make the character better. So it's like I'm not in despair, right? Like, the easiest thing I could possibly do, like 6-link, and I say easy with quotes because it's a lot of currency, as you can clearly tell. But like, it's achievable. I just keep farming and, you know, keep farming maps, getting six socket drops, or potentially getting 6, you know, fusings and stuff. Eventually I'll get that 6-link. That's not going to be a problem. Like, I can't be expected to clear red maps on a 5-link. Or like kill like Cyrus and all the bosses at Awakener level whatever, you know, 4 watchstones with a 5-link. At least with this build, I guess. But like there's still a lot of stuff that I can still do. And you know, I'm looking forward to that. I'm like excited about all the things, all the incremental upgrades that are still possible for this character. And I know that once it gets past that point where it's like, all right, the incremental upgrades are gone, now it's like we're gonna do like a 3-month or a 3-week long project just for the next upgrade. That's where I might go, okay, if I can clear all the content, maybe I don't care about it as much anymore. But for now, you know, I'm having lots of fun. Oh, let's not jump in there though.
My mana is gone.
You know, I originally expected that this episode would be like, we're gonna focus exclusively on maps, and because we're focusing so hard on maps, we're gonna be able to do like 3 or 4 maps, you know, each one takes around 15 minutes, we play for an hour, and then we get a decent amount of currency, come out of it with like maybe 80 to 100 fusings at the end of the episode, and then after like 2 or 3 episodes, we can go back and go, hey, let's try for that 6-link again. We are 40 minutes in, and I'm not even done the first map. Oh, no, that's not true. I did 1 map that took 10 minutes. The second map just took forever because of Drox. Gem cutters. Gem cutters is actually kind of interesting. And the reason it's interesting is because apparently Enlighten, Empower, and what, like Enhance? I guess specifically Enlighten and Empower. Apparently they're super expensive this league. So with Gem Cutter Strongboxes, normally you don't really want to roll them, it's just not worth it. But I feel like this league, there might be an incentive to roll like support gems at the very least. Just for the chance of getting... I don't know about alking. I don't know if that's worth it. And like chaosing for, you know, can roll support gems. But maybe this is one of those cases where you can actually consider like alteration spamming and maybe 1 regal for the hope of getting empower / enhance. So maybe we'll roll something like well, specifically we need to roll, can roll, only roll support gems. Maybe hit quantity of some sort. Cast Ice Nova. Unfortunately, that's not what we got. No, that was nothing. Maybe it's not worth the currency. Maybe it's better to just alch it. I don't know.
Duty is a blessing afforded to the fortunate, to the ones whose fates are given over to the weavers of destiny. We act without hesitation or thought to the murmurs of the Lightkeeper.
See, if it wasn't for Drox, this map would be pretty easy. I mean, this is like a tier 14 map. It's not even tier 16.
Do not need to see it. To look ahead is to fall to dust in the light.
My mana is gone.
Your monsters left? Alright, that's it. That was the map. I mean, easy enough, I guess. We died once, unfortunately, but overall, I think that went pretty smoothly. Gonna be really interesting to see how we're gonna do against Cyrus and like later bosses that like actually do damage, you know, the ones that are actually tanky and do damage in combination. Whereas Drox is like, he can kill you, but he attacks so slow, you can just dodge him. Cyrus, maybe even the Redeemer, definitely like Al-Hasmin, like those are the guys that I'm like really scared of. Al-Hasmin especially, I don't have good like poison mitigation. So we're gonna have to see how those fights go. I don't even know.
The light of divinity.
Like, these ones I don't expect to have a lot of trouble. But they're not... No, no, I'm doing okay here. I was gonna say, like, it looked a little, like, spiced, but they're not actually hitting me. I'm just not doing enough damage. Like, I can tank this, right? Yeah. Oh, this thing might hurt. How much does this thing do? Not that much. Okay, easy enough. Well, we got one more Watchstone, so now we're actually about to do a Cyrus fight after we do 2 more Watchstones. Okay. So we're actually getting somewhere here. Valdo's Rest. What do I want to do with the Valdo's Rest? I got the points for Harbingers, and that I like the stuff where it's like you'll get something every map, right? Like there are certain nodes in here where you don't necessarily hit it all the time. An example would be like 10% chance to contain a Legion encounter, and it's like 1 out of 10 maps I'll get a Legion for allocating these points. Whereas for this guy, it's like areas contain an additional Harbinger. I get a Harbinger every map. I like those kinds of points. Similarly, in Turn's End, where you get increased chance to contain Abyss and Abyssal Depths, and then Abyssal Depths in areas has, you know, +3 monster level and all that stuff. I like these nodes because I can force Abyss onto Turn's End through the Xana map device, right? So, what do I want to do with my next set of points in Valdo? So I could get +10 chance for Metamorphs, and then afterwards path towards getting an additional itemized sample. So you get double itemized samples when doing Metamorphs. Metamorphs are okay, and then if you can do this, you can technically get a lot of samples. You know, you can assemble 2 Metamorphs, and they drop double samples. So if you have a map with 2 bosses, you get 4 samples per map. That would be pretty good. That's a decent amount of currency. Another option is to do Blight Encounters. 10% chance to contain a Blight Encounter. Again, this is one of those where it's like chance to get it, and then what do you get? Lucky chests. Lanes have chance to contain additional reward. I don't know about this Blight one, actually. I actually don't know about this one. I might actually opt for Metamorph. We have Blight over here, though, right? Maps found in areas have 5% chance to have areas contain an additional Blight encounter. And then blighted chests and areas have 100% more chance to contain blighted maps. Yeah, I might want to do Blight on Lyra Arthane versus Valdo's Rest. And in Valdo's Rest, I just do Metamorphs. And Metamorphs, I basically have to look for a map that has multiple boss excavation. I just do excavations nonstop. 2 bosses. I can assemble, you know, what else is there? I don't know if there are any other ones with multiple boss. Academy? Maybe? What's the tier 16 map here? Oh, down here. Underground Sea. Courtyard. Did Courtyard have multiple bosses? Anyways, I think we go the Metamorph route, and then we go for high yield, double itemized samples, and then we do repeated experiment, and we just farm Metamorphs. That could be fun too. And then we can think about what mods we can, you know, apply onto Watchstones to. You either want to buff up Metamorphs, or you want to buff up Harbingers. I think you would choose to go to Harbinger route, but maybe we can take a look at, you know, farming Metamorphs and seeing whether that is worth it or not. I actually don't know. This league, I really wanted to focus a lot more on like farming strategies and ways to like farm more effectively.
I cannot do
especially
this.
On like sure, you can trade the Metamorph samples, but you know, I'm a little bit more incentivized to do it because Metamorphs you can farm on your own, and then they can still drop a lot of good stuff, a lot of catalysts and, you know, like rare items, and you can get all kinds of goodies from Metamorphs. So maybe that would be interesting to do. Let's start going into that direction, and then we'll see how that goes in the future. Gonna call an episode right here. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, as always, you can leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more updates in the future. Otherwise, keep in touch, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.